What's up, volunteers? It's Becky, and I am so psyched for us to get back to Mission Kids in person starting this Sunday. It's gonna be a blast. We cannot wait. It feels like it's time, you know? Sports are back, school's back, and we are so excited to have this space for kids, just to have time to be with each other and to make new friends and to grow in their faith and to learn more and more what it means to follow God. And this matters so much that we get to do this, and we're so grateful that you're jumping in to be a part of it. In Mission Kids, our vision and our mission is to help kids find and follow Jesus. We aren't just childcare. We're not just something for kids to do while their parents are at church. We know that this time is so important in building the foundation of their faith, whatever age and stage that they're at. In order to do that, we have a couple team values that we all hold and fight for in this space on our volunteer team to make sure that they're true. The first one is that we're a family. We care about each other, we care about the kids, and we point each other towards Jesus. The second one is that we have fun. This is Mission Kids, and we can be silly and goofy and not take ourselves so seriously because we know that by playing and by getting to know kids and being silly and having a lot of fun, we get to build their trust and build that relationship and point them to Jesus with that. We also put safety first, so in this video we're going to walk through our policies and procedures, including the ones we're adding for COVID in order to make our spaces clean and safe for everyone. And lastly, we know that there's hope for every kid too. That's why we do all of this, is because that there is no kid who is too far from God or no kid that has too rough of a story for Jesus to redeem their life and to show them what it means to follow him. And so that's what we're all about in here. So we're gonna talk through kind of a lot of information in this video, and I need you to stick with me. It's been a long time since we've been in these kids' spaces, our staff included, and so there's a lot we need to review and remember, and also quite a few things that have changed in order to restart ministry in this season. So sit down, get ready, we're gonna stick with it together and be ready to go for Sunday. All right, let's jump in.
Here's some things you need to know. Get here 30 minutes before your service time and head to the volunteer check-in computers by the elevator, and then head on upstairs to the orange room for huddle, where we will pray, regroup, focus. It's been a long time since we were all together, so it'll be a really cool time to just kind of reconnect. And just please be on time. It's super important, and we can't wait to see you there. Volunteer roles. Each room will have a room leader that will facilitate the room and the schedule and do their best to engage the kiddos. And then we also have our room volunteers, and they just work alongside the room leader to help wherever they can, helping kids one-on-one if necessary, and helping kiddos to participate in the group. Volunteer responsibilities. Get to know the kids in your room. It really makes a big difference when they see a familiar face and that familiar face remembers them. You can also help the room leader, again, facilitate any activities, help the kiddos to be engaged. And especially now, we're going to be doing a lot more wiping down, a lot more cleaning, and just being aware of that. Rooms will be fogged between each service so that we can keep them nice and clean and safe for everybody. During the week, if you just want to take some time to pray for our kids and families that are coming back, it's been a heck of a year. And so there's going to be some new kids, there's going to be some kids that just maybe haven't been here in a while. So just pray over them this week, that they would be super excited to come back. And then also, if you could respond to your scheduling requests that you'll get from your coordinators, that would be super awesome. Thank you.
Your schedule request will come in the form of either a text or an email, so please make sure that you respond to that as they come in. Also, there's a space on there for blockout dates. If you know in the future you're not going to be here, you can block those dates out ahead of time so that we're aware. And also, you can find lesson plans. So take a look at those throughout the week, and so you can come in prepared for Sunday, prepared to engage with the kiddos. And please let us know if you have any questions at all.
Here are some important policies and procedures that are good for you as a volunteer to know. The first one is Mission Kids 2 Deep policy. That means that we need 2 adult leaders who are unrelated in a room before we can allow kids to check in. That's just for your safety as a volunteer and the safety of the kids coming into the rooms. Next is Mission Kids Appropriate Physical Touch policy. Volunteers should never physically restrain or hold back a child, and lap sitting or piggyback rides aren't safe for volunteers to be engaging in with kiddos. Really, no kid over the age of 4 should be picked up by a volunteer. Hugs are good, but just make sure that you're given permission from a child to give them a hug. But a good rule of thumb is that high fives and fist bumps are always a good way to go. Another great guideline for you to know as a volunteer is Mission Kids Behavior Issue Guidelines. We never want to shame or make a kid feel bad for their behavior. We don't know what they're coming in with after a week at home. So we always want to lead with grace and empathy. If we notice that a kid might need to just sit alone by themselves, we can sit with them. We never want to put them in timeout or use any harsh, punishing language. And we also don't want to be discouraged when maybe we have a rough interaction with a kiddo, because next week is a brand new week and we are playing the long game. At check-in, kids will be given 2 name tags, one for themselves and one for the room roster on the clipboard in each room. Make sure that the kiddo comes in wearing their name tag and that the other name tag is put on the room roster. This is super important in case we needed to evacuate the room and we'd have a clear count of all the kiddos in here. At checkout, when a parent or guardian comes to pick up their child, make sure that they have the parent tag with the code that matches the code on the kid's name tag. If a parent has lost their parent tag or doesn't have it for some reason, send them down to Kids Check-In where we verify their ID, make sure they're the right parent picking up the kid, and then they're welcome to come back up and grab their kiddo from whatever room they need. Emergency procedures are always good to know, and all of our emergency procedures are located in each room. So be sure to give those a look whenever you walk into the room on Sunday, just to refresh yourself with how emergency procedures work. Lastly, because the safety of kids and volunteers is our first priority, we do not allow food or drink in any of the rooms in Mission Kids. So if a kiddo comes in with a cookie or with a hot chocolate, you can stand with them outside the room and ask them to finish their snack, or you can toss it and they can get a brand new hot chocolate after service. But we just want to keep this room clean and free of any food or drink.
Now that we've talked through all of that, this information is just for sidekicks. Rosalie Gonzalez, who is our early childhood coordinator, will actually be taking over the scheduling and overseeing the Sidekicks team. So she is your new go-to person, but I will be available all the time as well. If you see me and need something, definitely pull me aside. If you have a question, you can text me, no worries, I am here to help as well. Rosalie has been texting all of our Sidekick families to find out what service time they're coming to and when they're coming back and what they're ready for. So as soon as she knows that, she will let you know and get you on the schedule for the kid that you were with before COVID, if it works out, service times and all of that stuff. Otherwise, we might partner you with a new kiddo because we know that you guys are so great and ready to jump in however you can. So we're excited to have some new pairs and some familiar pairs as well. We have this really unique opportunity right now where we kind of get a restart. So some of the kids will remember being in Mission Kids spaces. Even some of them that we've seen on Sundays attending with their parents have just been so excited to be inside the building. But we kind of want to do a refresh. So the hallway space, we actually no longer want to be our default for these kiddos. We want to start them in their rooms and help them engage in their age level spaces as much as they can. So if they can do worship in the room and they enjoy that, be there, do that. If they like art projects and can do something with their small group, be there and do that. If they like the video in the early childhood room, go and make sure they get to see that. We want to create this experience for them where they get to be included with their peers. The hallway space is a retreat space. So we're trying to make it not so much a crazy play space, but as a quiet space where you and your kiddo can go to take a breath, to kind of reset before they go back in the room. If they're wanting to play, we want them to do that in the spaces with the kids. Some of these kids, well, all of these kids are a year older than they were last time, and so their abilities and what they're able to do might be a little bit different. So we want to start them in the rooms, and then we'll talk through it with you and find a plan of what works for them to be able to have space in the hallway in their retreat space and be included in their room as much as they can. In Mission Kids, we are asking kids age 3 and up to have masks worn in the rooms at all times, just for the overall safety and the comfort of other kids and volunteers and parents as they drop their kids off in the rooms. This gets a little bit tricky with some of our kiddos with special needs. Some of them actually aren't able to wear a mask, and actually regulations are a little bit different for these kiddos. So some of them, if they're able to wear a mask, we want them to be able to do that. But some of them may not be able to, and their parents will let us know that. So some of them may not be masked. If that's something you're not comfortable with, let us know, please. We want you to be totally comfortable and willing to engage with the kids around you. So keep us posted on where you're at and what your comfort level is and what you're willing to do. Whether you're in the room or outside in the hallway in the Sidekick space, we're gonna have to clean everything after every service time. So if we're using things during service and you can wipe it down real quick, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we'll get everything at the end of the service. So stick around until all of your stuff is clean. If you're in a room, help that room team clean up everything, and then our facilities team will come through and fog the rooms with sanitizing mist between each service to get it ready for the next group that's coming in. I think that's just about everything. If you have any questions at all, please let us know. We would love to answer those, and it honestly might be something we've not thought about, so we would want to know what you're thinking about. And make sure to respond to your schedule requests that you'll get through our CCB scheduler. If you have any questions about that, let us know as well. We are so excited to see everybody this weekend. Make sure you be here 30 minutes before your service time for huddle, and we can't wait to do it. See you guys on Sunday. Bye.